I, I sincerely love the fact that there's a lot of women that are put into politics. But what is troubling is that um, I think the political parties are using the women as scapegoat because they use them to get the vote. It's just all about the vote. So it's they that's what they're utilizing these females for. They're not doing it because they really want the female there. They're doing it because they want that vote. And female votes are very, very important. Don't get me wrong on that. Females votes are very important, and so they use the females and young females to try to appeal to the younger people. But I think that's the wrong message they send to Jamaicans, because what's the issue? What are they voting for? Are they voting for somebody because they're female? Are they voting for somebody because they're young? Or are they voting for issues? So I kind of have a problem, because they're shortchanging the citizens, and that's dangerous. And so I think we're led to believe that they're really putting women in equal planes in politics. But really and truly, if you sit and examine it, it is not. That's not the case. They're just using them for the sole purpose of voting. But I think I don't support that part of it, but I do support female in politics, but not to the way how the parties or the politicians or what you would call it now, how they put them in. I just think they use them as a scapegoat. And then, yes, a lot of them probably glad for the exposure, etc., blase. And for them, it's nothing, nothing wrong with it. But there is a serious issue right there. And, I don't think they take this female and put them there meaningful. But they, like I said, the sole purpose is just for power, just to get the vote, just to appeal to the females, especially young females and the younger youth, so they could vote. And I think that is very much. I think that's shortchanging Jamaica altogether, because the purpose of the people voting is not there. It's just been taken away. And so you want to vote for issues, and the issues you want to vote for is such as how you're going to create employment, how you're going to alleviate crime without having to using this SOE and Zozo that make problems worse, because since it is a discriminatory practice by the security force to target the younger youths in the inner city, in the ghetto, because they're the one that suffer the most, and a lot of innocent people get caught up in that dragnet, which is so dangerous. Now, if they was using the SOE and directly going for people that is on their list that is wanted, and people that commit the crime, that they say they're going after, then that will be different. But when they just randomly or arbitrarily detain people without charges, then there's a serious problem, because right there and then that's that's human rights violation, that's violation of international laws, or some violation of the Constitution. And those are serious practice that cannot be ignored by the citizen. And we would like to hear about those kind of issues. We would like to hear about the upgrade of the medical system, etc. We want to see the upgrade of school. We want to see minister be removed from departments such as Minister of Transportation, Minister of National Security, Minister, all these ministers, they need to remove them and let private citizen, run, take over those jobs, and then in that way we can alleviate things like we can alleviate corruption probably by at least 80%. Corruption can be alleviated by removing all political heads from departments. No politician should head any department, such as the health department, the education. It become too politicized and become dangerous, and that's where corruption is breed. That's a breeding ground for corruption. And the only way to alleviate corruption is by removing ministers from this portfolio and let it run by a private citizen with strong stipulation of law. And like I said, I wish all the females well. I wish them all the best, but it's just how the party's doing it, and then they're pushing the woman, and they try to it's just not right. There's a short change to the Jamaican people. We want to hear about issues that are affecting the countries, how you're gonna change, how things is gonna change. Because in reality and in truth, nothing changed in Jamaica. The only thing we hear is word of mouth. You know what I mean? We understand about the roads and all those stuff. The building of roads start with Prime Minister PJ Patterson, and I respect Andrew Holness as a Prime Minister for continuing the project that was that was laid there already. He just continued the project and build on to what he inherited, and just make a continuation of it instead, because many people would have stopped it. And that is something that I give him credit for, is to just continue. This is a continuation. But one of the things I don't like is that they build around these they build these roads around these, and it's like they cave in the ghetto, build the community and cave in the ghetto. So the outskirts is beautiful, nice road, but the entrance to these inner city communities, it's not favorable, and it is not appealing, it's not attractive, nothing, because those places get ignored and will always get ignored, because the people just does not vote for the right issues. A lot of people vote because they said it's my party. A lot of people vote because they say, oh, that's that's the man that, what I mean, and so Jamaica just never get it right. When will Jamaica get it right? And Jamaica got to try and get it right somewhere, somehow. But I do congratulate ladies that willing from the heart to serve their country and their people, and not to participate in corruption or in corrupt politics. And see, that's the beginning of corruption in many times, because you unpick people and put, so it's like, it's not like you don't have a political system like in many countries where you can just get up and challenge, what I mean, and said, well, we need changes, and you go, you challenge and stuff like that, what I mean, and those things are the change. But I hope these ladies delivered, and I hope they just do the right thing, and don't be persuaded. by just do the right thing. You need to there are work to be done, there are changes to be made, and all that. Make that change. Do the right thing. Don't go and follow the pattern of what already established that are corrupt acts that are devastating to the citizens and the country. Make that change.